Hey folks, welcome back to WarThunder. Today I've been playing a lot of sim, or in fact this entire week really, in preparation for the Javelin. And I had this idea that I would fly some shit I've not really flown before, that isn't spaded. And I'd work on finishing some tiers of modifications but leaving the last one undone. So on the release of the new tier 6 jets, I can hop in, I can unlock the last modification of each tier, and every time you finish a tier of modifications you get a research bonus to whatever it is you're researching. Obviously for me it'll be the new jet. For the British tree, the Javelin, American tree, F100, yada yada yada, you get the idea. So I'm playing the Meteor Mk.3, the very first one at 7.7. And you know what, in sim this is actually like kind of a hidden gem. In our big it's a pretty bad rap because it's horrifically slow and the guns are terrible. And whilst those two things are still true in sim, the matter in sim is kind of different because it's more about maintaining a visual on the target. Like if you can, it matters more that you can constantly see the target and you can keep it in your view, and that means that in a lot of low speed engagements with slower planes, maneuverability is actually kind of more important. And it's even better if you have something with a very open cockpit, and the Meteor's cockpit is there's only like 4 bits of metal that block your view, and they're not that thick. So really the only thing that was letting it down is the fact that stock Hispanos are fucking awful. Like I don't know if you've been counting how many times I've hit this guy, but normally a burst of 20 mils, especially like the American ones or the German ones, will kill a plane. Just one burst. If you get one of those sparking hits like that, it normally should only take 1. I think I got 4 on that guy at least. But as I was saying, the Meteors, words. He started off behind me. I was actually going to run back to airfield, and like any good sim pilot, I was constantly checking my SIGs, checking my surroundings, you know, being aware of the situation. So he came up behind me, and I noticed immediately that he was turning in on me. So he was burning energy to get on my SIGs, which is why I started off to go into the vertical. And this thing turns so well; it's like a jet Spitfire. The 262 just can't keep with you. You can turn inside them for days, and if they don't start off with a significant energy advantage and boom and zoom you, then it's very easy to get inside their guns because their muzzle velocity of those 30 mils they have is so low that they have to get pretty close or pull a ridiculous amount of lead. And the cockpit in the 262s, it's not bad, but the gun sight, there's nothing under it apart from cockpit. If you have to pull lead on anything, then you have to lose sight of your target. So yeah, it's just this is the perfect plane for dealing with them pretty much. And here we go again. Look, checking my 6 as I was pulling away from that for some reason American attacker, which is on the enemy team. Even though the Americans are on my team, I'm not sure what's going on there. But he started off on my 6, pulling onto me, so bleeding energy to get on my tail, and he makes the exact same mistake as the last guy, and just keeps trying to turn with me. If he had just extended, then it would have worked out better for him. I think he's trying to lead me into their attackers so that they'll get some machine gun hits on me. But I just use it as an opportunity to pump him full of lead basically and try and score some extra points. But you'll have seen there how much I shot that A26 and I basically got nothing for it. The stock belts and the stock accuracy especially are horrific with the Hispanos, to the point where it's honestly kind of a joke. I'd actually prefer to have 7.7s in the Meteor than the stock Hispanos, and that is saying a lot. Shame I couldn't get some shots on that A26, but this one pulls the exact same maneuver. But like that would have probably shot the wing off of something if I'd been using any other guns in the game, but for some reason the Hispanos are just terrible. So I've managed to keep eyes on this guy despite him throwing myriad other targets my way, and I just clipped him there for no damage. Right now he's actually getting away from me, and I don't want him to open the gap, so I'm spraying at him and hoping that the shocking inaccuracy of these guns will actually tag him a few times, because even though he's opening the gap, he might not be fully aware of it, and if I fire in his direction, he'll think I have a gun solution and try and turn to evade. And if he turns to evade, then that just gets me closer and makes it easier to shoot him. So there we go. That was probably the 7th or 8th time I actually got hits on target. Finally flipped the tip of his wing off. And he spirals out of control. Pretty much bails immediately, rather than trying to recover. So that's 262 kills when both of them initiated the engagement. If you haven't flown this thing in Sim, then really give it a go, because I neglected it for a really long time, but now that I have to buy all the Meteors to get the Javelin, I've been using it to grind SL, and like I said at the start, to complete the modules to give me a research boost. And I'm actually really enjoying it. The only time it ever really kind of sucks is if you have to fight someone that's already got enough spawn points to bring in like a 9-0. Or even an 8-0, because it really struggles. Its top speed is its major letdown, to the point where even like an AI flown Mk.3 BIS or something like that, you just can't catch it. You can't close the gap enough to actually shoot it down. And with stock guns, at least, you can't even hit them. They just fly in a massive wide circle around you, and you can't fly fast enough to close the gap to get guns on. And whilst you might get a lucky random strike, you can't hit them consistently enough to do damage and actually kill them, because the accuracy just isn't there, and the stopping power really isn't. So anyway, landed, video's coming to a close. Just wanted to show you this. I don't know if this guy had damaged gear or if he just forgot to put it down, but yeah, I hope I see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.